What's going on? So Jared Kushner and Donald Trump been spewing off things about the NBA, and my last video didn't quite come out for whatever reason, so I'm doing this again, part two. They've been spewing off this falsity that the NBA players got power and can take a day off or a few days because they're paid and all that, and they're a political organization. No, they're not. The NBA players, just like anything else, is ran by majority white owners. One black owner, Michael Jordan, and it's a business. Most of these owners who are white don't care about Black Lives Matter. They doing it because it's the end thing to do. As if one George Floyd didn't make them see over 400 years of the past, which it didn't, or Donald Sterling, and I can go on. You know, they're not about no social justice, but it's appealable to look like you're reaching. They're not gonna care. They care about the bottom line. Let me be real with you. As a fan of the NBA, it ain't even worth watching, not only because it feels like a different season, but also there's no fans in the stands. Virtual reality ain't the same. Looks like a couple of pickup games at the Y, you know. But they making tons and pounds of money off of what? TV, revenue, and commercials. And one thing that it does show is that even if you put a message out there, people will watch, sponsors will be sponsors. So really, who ain't gonna be the brainstorm to think of, hey, maybe we could do this to YouTube, maybe we could do this to a pay-per-view, but the NBA is big, but it ain't that interesting like that. But somebody will brainstorm this. But you want to talk about a political organization? Well, they integrated with international play. But they have not never taken care of black players. They ran them off. If Trump and Kushner were so wise, they know about my dude Raul, who got ran out for refusing to stand for the anthem back in 95, 96. Or Craig Hodges, who gave a message to senior George Bush about the plight of African Americans in the inner city and the hoods from Chicago, etc. And he didn't even get a chance to come back to play again before Colin Kaepernick. And I can name others. So there is no political, there's nothing. They just throw things out there because they see a lot of bunch of black players out there and because of what happened. Even though, supposedly, quote unquote, Trump, I'm not watching the games because they take knees and all that, but yeah, he's a hip to this to call them this. See, the contradictions in the line of he is really pathetic. And Jared Kushner, silver spoons in his mouth. He could be Ricky Schroeder. He's silver spoons. Miss me with all your old, you are privileged more than a lot of the NBA players are. They throw these things out there because a lot of white folk get this misconstrued. Not all, but a lot. Just because you see black players making money don't mean nothing. It's still a plantation. Who's signing the checks? Who's made the money? Who runs it? Who's the commissioner? Who's the general manager? Who's the head? Look at the positions of power. See? Now, when you have people in position to call shots, then you can make some assertion. But you can't say nothing when you don't have nothing. See? Guys can win MVPs and titles, but who's handing it to them? Who's signing the checks? Think about that. That's the real. All right, give me your thoughts and takes about Jared Kushner and Donald Trump being way off about the NBA being a political organization. Hit the like and subscribe to the bell rings in the video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And just because you see people in action don't mean they are where the action is.